I've sort of established my office here. Got a few things done, some new carpet put in, which is temporary, but whatever. I did it myself. Anyway, the world today, right? So, I could have never foreseen myself making a video about something like this, but I don't know, I feel it necessary. I feel like I have read, seen, done, been a part of various things and acquired knowledge that makes sense for me to make a video like this. So it has to do with the whole Black Lives Matter deal. I'm not a member of the BLM or Black Lives Matter formal movement or anything like that. But the term Black Lives Matter means something. It means something to me. It means something to the people I'm around. It means something to my family because, well, we are a mixed group of people, but honestly, most mixed groups of people fall under the name black. It's sort of a catch-all term that encompasses more than just what many folks may consider black. As a matter of fact, my grandfather's father was Irish. His father was an Irish immigrant. And, well, they didn't get treated too well either. Just, to say the very least, it was not good times for immigrants at that time that came from certain places, and Ireland was one of those places. So what I have to say is this. I watch people, let me just say, I'm not obviously going to be able to touch every single part of this. I don't want to. I'm not going to try to. But I watch people debate and break down the term Black Lives Matter. They break it down to a level that, honestly, you probably don't even need to go to. But I'm probably going to stay more surface level on this and say, whenever you see a post or hear the comments or hear someone discussing Black Lives Matter, there's a lot of rebuttal that takes place. It's a struggle. It's a fight to rebuff that term. I don't completely understand it. To be honest, I try to understand it. I know there are a lot of people out there who don't even care. They don't want to understand it, but I do. I try to understand why when the term Black Lives Matter is thrown out there, what is this haste to rebut with all lives matter, blue lives matter. There's also this term about black on black crime and crime in general. Well, my main focus when I hopped on here to discuss this is that what the term Black Lives Matter focuses on is what I would peg administrative injustices. Crime is going to happen. Crime is out there. Crime is everywhere. And criminals will be criminals. I mean, by their very nature, if you say this person is a criminal, this person has committed a crime, you start to think about certain things that have happened and certain connotations that go along with that. Does it mean they'll be a forever criminal? Don't know. Not here to discuss that. But the reality is that there are black criminals, there are white criminals, and there's every type of criminal in between those two polar opposites. On the color scheme, of course, black and white are basically complete opposites. That's what I mean, not the people. But everything in between, you just, criminals are going to be criminals. And if a criminal wants to commit a crime, it doesn't matter what their background is or ethnicity. None of that matters. They're going to commit the crime. Where the focus is on, when you hear most of us that are educated about the subject say Black Lives Matter, the focus is on crime that happens administratively, not done by people who would be considered criminals, like, for instance, the police. No one thinks of the police as criminals, not as a general rule. I mean, you probably have some out there who do, but as a general rule, I don't personally think of the police as criminals. My father was a police officer for a long time. There were things that he told us that we should and should not do. There were things that he told us to watch out for. And I do, because, well, he knew. He knew what to expect. He knew what went on. He knew the inside workings of police work. So, it is what it is. But the reality is, those are not the people who you expect to commit any type of criminal activity, any type whatsoever. They are the walking version of the law. They are the first interaction you may have with the criminal justice system. They are the ones who say, we believe you have done this. We believe you have broken this law. We believe this has happened. Allegedly, this person has done something. And then they take you into the process of whatever comes next. Being released, going to court, charges dismissed, whatever happens next, it goes past them. But to reiterate and conclude and sum this up, criminals commit crimes. It's just, by the very definition of the word, it's what happens. Law officers, other administrative officials, you expect that they're upholding the law, that they're doing, working in the favor of law, criminal code, justice code, whatever that is. You expect that that is the case. So what I do not enjoy hearing is this debate about black on black crime, because the reality is this: if there is black on black crime or any other crime that takes place, what we expect is that law enforcement is handling that. So if crime is running rampant, whether it's black on black, white on white, law enforcement is the body that deals with that. The criminal justice system is the entity that deals with that, not me as just a simple black citizen. If a black person committed a crime toward me, I'd expect law enforcement and the justice system to handle it no different than if a white person committed a crime toward me. It's just the way it works, man. Stop making comparisons that don't compare. They just don't compare. You cannot put the two into the same conversation. If you want to talk about black on black crime, cool, it happens. White on white crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime. Historically, people tend to live in the same areas. So, yeah, in a predominantly black neighborhood, you're probably going to have some black on black crime. A predominantly white neighborhood, you're probably going to have some white on white crime. Then you're just going to have kind of random general crime. Stop throwing those terms into the bucket where we're discussing what happens when black people get stopped by law enforcement and end up in situations where their lives are in danger, where they're killed, where they don't make it out alive. We really need to stop that discussion. We really need to end it. So with that being said, if there are comments, if there are questions, if I should come back and do another video, I'll happily do that. Let me know. I hope this made sense to some people. Thank you. Have a good one.